Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. It is a beautiful December day here in Johnson City. The sun is shining, it's finally quit raining, and it is just a glorious day downtown. And I am here with my new friend, Josh Sims with Sims and Son Flooring. And I'm excited to get to know you a little bit, Josh. Tell the listeners a little bit about you and who you are, and just introduce yourself.
Obviously, my name is Josh Sims. I grew up in Johnson City, went to university school, went to ETSU, and pretty much lived here my whole life, except for about a year. Lived in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Nice.
Then moved back. Started my own business with my dad almost 4 years ago.
Okay, so you're the son.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
We've been in the flooring business for a long time. My dad worked in manufacturing at Harris Tarkett.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Johnson City.
Yep.
Then he was in a business with my grandfather. I worked there for a time, and then we decided to start our own 4 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to UH, huh?
Yep.
12-year club?
Yes, sir.
I'm in the 12-year club.
Yeah, great school.
I graduated probably a little ahead of you. When did you graduate?
2006.
91. So, yeah, I got you by a few years. So that's why I didn't recognize you, because you were like 2 when I was there.
It's a great place.
So it is a great school. I loved it. Like I tell people I graduated with 63 of my best friends. You know, like there were 64 people in our class, and it was fantastic. And
I feel the same way. I actually tell people all the time how prepared I was for college.
Oh man.
That in college, the classes didn't feel that difficult.
No.
Compared to what I had in high school.
Oh yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
They did a good job. Yeah. So you grew up in Johnson City.
Yeah.
Got a family here?
Yep. My mom and dad are here. Sister's here and her kids. And met my wife in 2018.
Okay.
Just got married in April.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So what do you and your wife like to do in Johnson City for fun?
We love trying new restaurants.
Yeah.
There's been a few new ones recently we love. One Sal.
Yeah.
Juniper.
Yep.
Both
are good.
very good.
Yeah. Juniper's fantastic.
Like going to ETSU basketball games, ETSU football. Like we try to stay involved in that.
Yeah. Same here. We love ETSU basketball and football. It's a lot of fun. So, favorite thing about Johnson City? You only left to go away to Raleigh for a year, and then you realized it was not Johnson City, and you came back, I'm assuming. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that pretty much is true. I didn't think I would miss it as much as I did. Decided to come back.
What took you to Raleigh to begin with?
I actually moved there with a previous girlfriend.
Okay.
And started a job there. Job was fine, and just decided Raleigh and Durham area was not for me.
Yep.
It was time to move back home.
Nice.
Worked out great. Got an apartment with a friend for a year, and then bought a house. Met my future wife.
Lord had a plan for you.
Yes, absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so let's dive into your career, what you're doing now. So you said you did go to college. Did you go get a business degree to help with the family business? Or?
I did. Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
Any specialty there that you loved when you were at school? What did you love the most?
Honestly, meeting new people. I loved ETSU. I couldn't imagine going anywhere else.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, the school part was in a way secondary.
Yeah.
But it was fun just to meet new people.
Now, did you live at home or did you go to the dorms?
Home and then had a place too.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Because we're talking, if our son goes to ETSU, we were like, you're going to be in the dorm. You're going to get the full experience. Because I went my freshman year, but lived at home, and it was just like high school. I was like, so I went down to UT and did my schooling there. But yeah, so.
There's times I wish I would have gone away and like gotten a little more experience of that, but
at the end of the day,
ETSU was great to me.
So you got a business degree to help out with the family business.
Yeah.
Tell us how that's going. Tell us about Sims and Son Flooring.
It's great. We actually, like I said, started this almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
We had been with another business and decided it was our time to start our own together. Just a father-son team.
Yeah.
It's worked great ever since. We've developed even more clientele, and it's continuing to grow each year, and we're super thankful for that.
Tell me about fighting the fear of starting a new business and then jumping in and doing it. How did you guys come around to that? Because that's part of the big problem for entrepreneurs. They're like, well, you just see a lot of people that could probably own a business and do really well, but they get stuck in the security of another job.
The fear is definitely there. I mean, we started with basically nothing. Like, we had a small office, very limited space, because we couldn't afford a huge space. Then you have to have a forklift. You have to have storage space for your product.
Yeah.
We bought a forklift that was probably 60 years old for a very cheap price. It lasted a couple years, and then we were able to upgrade into something else. Yeah. So we basically started completely from nothing.
Yeah.
And we have been very fortunate.
So do you have retail space, or is it just?
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
We're on 207 North Boone Street.
Okay.
It's in the Taylor Building,
Yep.
right above Property Experts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically, you could throw a rock from the rooftop of Watauga Brewing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I worked in that building for a little while when we were without a space for a little while. So worked with Twan Wynn, and he took us in at Cardinal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and so I love that area. So tell us about your shop. Tell us about like the listeners if they're wanting to come by, and I mean, can they come by and look at stuff?
Anytime.
You guys have
We're open
flooring?
Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. We have samples of hardwood, engineered hardwood, LVP, tile, really anything you'd be looking for at affordable prices, great brands. The main brand that we work with is Hallmark Floors.
Okay.
They really stand behind their products, and they are top notch. Like, I haven't seen a floor as good as what they've produced, and it's actually something I dealt with when I was in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything about it. Moved home, told my dad, eventually we've got to get these products when they move into our area, and I think we'll do really well with it, and we have.
That's great. So tell people, what's the difference between LVP and LVT, and tell people what that is, because
So basically
it gets thrown around a lot, and you hear it on TV a lot. But
they're basically the same thing. LVT is a luxury vinyl tile, so it's going to have a tile look.
Yep.
LVP is luxury vinyl plank. It's going to be longer planks to look like wood.
Gotcha. And then floating versus glue down, that kind of stuff. You want to talk to us a little bit about that? Just because these are the things that are going through my mind as I'm refinishing a basement right now. And so I'm looking at the floor in front of me right now and going, oh, that looks good. We should put that in. What would you?
So that would be like a great option for a basement.
Yeah.
It's water resistant. You can tell, like, it's very durable.
Yeah.
It's water resistant. You'd want that. Handles moisture very well. What you would do down there typically now would be a locking system.
Okay.
LVP. So it just clicks together. You don't need any glue, anything like that.
So do you prefer that on a slab, like for somebody who's putting something down on a slab? Would you prefer to glue it, or do you think locking's fine, letting it float? And do you have to put down a vapor barrier?
A vapor barrier is a great thing to have.
Okay.
But it depends on the type of floor you went with. Say you went with an engineered hardwood.
Sure.
Your wife falls in love with an engineered hardwood for the basement.
Yeah.
On a concrete slab, you'd have to glue that.
That's a little tricky too.
Yeah,
because
and
you
it
got
gets
real
more
wood on a floor that's moisture potential.
Yeah, but they make glue that is very resistant to water.
Okay.
So if you glue it down, it's going to take care of that.
Really?
It's just more expensive.
Yeah, but then if it for some reason floods down there, you're kind of in trouble because
you're in trouble either way.
Oh, okay.
Because LVP, they tell you
it's waterproof, 100%. But it's not.
It's waterproof to a certain extent. If you have a flood, it's gonna cause some problems.
Right.
You're gonna have to pull that floor up, maybe be able to reuse it if you let it dry out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to get rid of the moisture under there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's going to get moldy and nasty.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Gotcha. Okay. And then tell us, I guess, what's your specialty as floor salesman? I mean, what do you guys specialize in with your business? Is it more LVP and tile, or what do you think?
It's kind of a mix between LVP and engineered hardwood.
Okay.
The market has shifted completely from 3/4 solid hardwood to engineered. If you're doing wood,
it's new construction. You never see people sanding it.
No, we rarely are doing 3/4 solid anymore. And I like to talk people out of that because of the moisture and the humidity.
Okay.
We have 4 seasons here, but we could have 4 seasons here in 1 week.
Yes, this is true.
And that humidity and moisture affects your floors.
Oh, yeah.
The expansion and contraction of that is a big deal.
Yeah.
And if you get engineered, you're not going to have that problem.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Because it's on a like a plywood backer, is that kind of the thing?
Yeah.
And so it's
See, you already know this stuff.
a little bit. I've just been around it forever. Been selling houses for 21 years, so I've kind of dealt with tons of new construction, tons of old construction. We, renovated stuff. So, okay. So on an engineered, it's just. But can you refinish engineered flooring?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thicker you get, like you couldn't probably do that to a 3/8 thickness.
Okay.
If you move up to a 7/16 or a 1/2 inch or a 5/8, you could.
Okay. Sorry, we're getting kind of technical, listeners. I'm sorry. I'm just diving in. I love it.
That's what we
I love
want.
learning about stuff. And so, okay, so you got that. Hardwood, LVP. Do you guys do tile?
We do. We actually purchase our tile from Winco.
Okay. Yeah.
Winco is a distributor of it. They're on Market Street. Very good
Grew up
people.
going to church with the Wideners. Yeah, good folks.
Great people.
They are good people.
Good products, and they get it here fast. I mean, I can't ask for better. I send people there. They send me a quote sheet. It's very simple.
It's simple. Got it. Yeah, and they're great. Okay. And you all install tile too? Or?
We do.
So you guys do install and sales, I'm
Yep.
assuming.
Yeah,
Is that
we
right?
have 2 installers.
Okay.
I've been working with these guys for a really long time. I mean, they're very fortunate to have them because they do outstanding work. They show up on time. They work a full day. You can't ask for better.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so your dad worked with your granddad, is that what I heard? Was it Harris Tarkett?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have like a history of
Yeah.
flooring.
It's pretty much all I've ever known.
Yeah.
It was either going to be that or do something in sports because I'm a sports fanatic.
Okay. Did you play any sports at UH?
I did. I played baseball.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was a tennis guy. I played tennis all the time.
Yeah.
And then did you play at ETSU?
I didn't.
Okay.
No.
Did you think about trying to walk on or?
No, I had a couple offers out of high school to play other places, but didn't ever think about.
You just wanted to go to ETSU?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good for you. Okay. So we talked a little bit about you and your wife eating out. What else do you guys like to do in Johnson City for fun?
Hang out with friends, watch games, hang out on our back porch.
Where's your favorite place to watch a game, like a football game or a baseball game? Do you got to go out to a restaurant and check it out, or do you like?
Probably our back porch.
Yeah, I love
we
it.
redid that a couple years ago when COVID hit, and decided, hey, we're going to be spending a lot of time at home.
Yeah.
We'd saved the money to do that.
Yeah.
And let's do it. I bought a green egg. I cook all the time. That's what we love, having people over, and that we get joy out of that.
Are you an egghead?
Yes. Yeah.
I have a friend who's got one. He's fantastic at it. And,
Yeah. It's addicting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And you can truly cook things there better than most restaurants can.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I need to get one. Carly, will you get me a green egg?
Well, it has a lifetime warranty.
There you go.
They could hire me.
Yeah.
Because I could promote for them. I think I've had 3 friends buy one,
Oh,
3
wow.
or 4
Yeah.
since I bought mine
was
because
it?
I've talked it up.
Kurt's Ace Hardware
Yeah.
recently up in Gray. They've got them, and so you should just get on like as a sales guy with them and say,
Yeah.
"I'm going to send people your way and get a
Yeah,
little,
I need some kind of commission off of that.
Get a little cut of that,
Yeah.
or maybe like some kind of accessory for everyone you sell."
Yeah.
You may even have it, the little Wi-Fi connected air temperature.
My wife bought me that.
Yeah, so you can control the temperature from your phone
Yeah.
of your green egg. Like you could be roasting a brisket right now and keep it at the same temperature because
Yeah,
you can
and
open
I'll
close
come
the
home
vent.
and it'd be the same thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, what's your favorite thing to cook on the green egg?
Probably reverse searing a steak.
Reverse searing. Okay.
Yeah.
You sear it on the inside.
Yeah, so indirect heat
Yeah.
at about 250.
Yeah.
10 minutes each side, whether you do like ribeye, filet, whatever. I mean, and then you'll get it to about the temperature it needs to be actually done internal. And then take it off, let it rest a little bit. Take the indirect heat out.
Okay.
Open up the vents, get it to about 700, sear it for a minute each side. It's good to go.
Oh, my mouth is watering. That sounds delicious.
Glass of wine and You got a good night.
Got a good night on the back porch
Yeah.
watching the Vols play some football or something. So, yeah, I think it's been cool to watch a lot of people fix up their back porches. Like, I mean, and we're just now selling a house where my friends, they were like, we spend we eat out here, I mean, every
Yeah.
night almost. And they said, except for like now, December,
Yeah,
January, and
yeah.
February. But other than that, they're like, we got a little space heater. We just hang out here all the time.
Like I was saying, we get sometimes the 4 seasons in 1 week here.
Yeah.
We could be out there on a December day.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yeah.
We love being out there really all the time.
Yeah.
We watch just about every Braves game in the summer out there.
Oh, that's cool.
My wife gets tired of watching it every night, but she got used to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Braves games. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing how many baseball games
Yeah.
the pros play. Yeah. So, all right, let's go back to flooring because that's why we had you on here. Tell, I guess, some of starting a new business, it's just not easy, right? I mean, so what are some of the struggles that you guys have had to overcome with your business? And then maybe you could help out a listener who's starting their business.
Biggest thing would just be, you have to get out there. You have to show your face to people. If you're starting something, and it's an area that you're familiar with. If you're from here and you know a lot of people, get out there, tell people what you're doing, how you can help them. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of effort involved.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop. I mean, I get phone calls 7, sometimes 8 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
I get texts on Sundays.
Oh, yep. All weekend long.
And it really is a 24/7 kind of deal.
Which is a blessing.
It is.
And
It's a
curse.
great thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
It can be frustrating, but you have to remember it's a good thing that you're wanted for business.
Amen. Yes, sir. Yeah, agreed. We tell our folks that real estate's a contact sport, so you get out there and contact some people because you got to get in front of people. You got to make calls. You got to market. You got to do stuff like podcasts. And, try and generate more business and get something. So, okay. Anything else that was hard besides just getting it marketing? It sounds like was a little difficult.
Yeah.
Probably juggling sales and installs at the same time for a little while, just you two.
And this business is one. It is difficult in the sense that you have big box stores.
Yeah.
You're competing with that every single day.
Right.
And
I can go get it for $3 a foot over here.
Right. When we might have it for $3.15, it's like, well,
that 15.
So then what I go to with that is I say, well, do you know who the installer is? Do you know when the job's going to be done?
Right.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into that.
Right. I'm looking at you and I'm telling you, we will have the material there Friday and we will start Monday and it'll be done by the next Friday.
Yeah. You have to make good on those promises.
Yeah.
And
so that's how you feel like customer service basically.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing to beat
I think
the big box guys?
that has to separate you in some way. So you got to be good at that.
Yeah. Separate you from, I guess your major competitors are probably like Home Depot and Lowe's and those guys. Yeah. So tell us about your role at Sims & Son. What do you do specifically?
Well, I obviously show the material, try to sell that, take material to the job sites, delivering, and taking the samples there to show to people, measuring the job.
Gotcha.
Getting once it's purchased, getting them on the schedule with an installer, talking with our installer to, hey, this is how long it's going to take you on this job before you can get to this one, and we can schedule it out.
Setting some realistic expectations.
You try to schedule everything about 4 to 6 weeks, and then just that's what we tell people. Hey, we really are like 4 to 6 weeks, and then like we can get you on the schedule for after that.
Right. Depending on how big it is, it could be a couple days, could be a week.
And the thing is, this stuff takes sometimes longer. If you say 4 or 5 days, it can end up taking 7 or 8.
Right.
So it can always push things back. You have to be transparent with people and give them a call.
Right.
Instead of 2 days before the job, call them a week or two and say, hey, he's just a little bit behind, but promise we will get there.
Right. Because you don't know what you're getting into till you rip up the old floor.
Absolutely.
Do you guys do that too, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do it all.
Yeah.
Like we have one, one of our guys just went to, and he didn't realize that like there was a certain area of the house where the subfloor had rotted. that adds a day of work right there to
Right.
pull that out and replace it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like, yeah, you want to do it right. So you're going to take care of that guy and make sure that that client or customers, got a perfect floor
Yeah.
when you walk out of there.
Word of mouth is everything.
It really is. I mean, and in small town, it goes fast if it's
It
bad.
will. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Are you doing a lot of new construction installs right now?
It's about half and half.
Okay. You
think-
work with some builders?
Yeah, we work with a few really good ones. That's a big part of our business. Also, remodel's a big thing. I mean, it's now interest rates have continued to go up.
I feel
So
you.
this, and a lot of people are deciding, well, if I'm not going to build or buy a bigger house, maybe we just remodel the one we have.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of it too.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. People are just like, well, I could sell my house for a lot more than I bought it for, but then I got to go down the street and buy the same house for more. Like it
Yeah,
just
it doesn't make a
sense.
whole lot of sense.
So I'm
then,
going to take some equity out and remodel this house and get it the way we want it. And so
Absolutely. Yeah.
it doesn't help me out, but it helps you.
We're probably
out,
doing
which is
more of that than new construction right now.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think, and then our area is just continuing to grow. So it's continue to say there's probably tons of new business.
Yeah,
just
I
more and
never
more.
imagined 10 years ago that this area would be like,
Isn't it crazy?
has grown as much as it has.
Right. We should have bought a bunch of houses 10 years ago or 5 years ago even.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's crazy how it continues to grow, which is great. And we're getting a lot of great people. And it's just been a blessing, I think, to our area.
It
and
has.
hopefully we're getting a lot of great people that have great ideas on how to help us grow and
Yep.
grow responsibly and think about the future. So, yeah. What do you feel like the future of Sims and Sons? What do you see that?
Well, we've grown every year that they've been in business. I hope that next year and the following years are the same, that
Yeah.
we continue to grow even more. I don't see any reason why we won't. We work very hard at it,
Sure.
but it's a cyclical thing. Like you have to prepare for rough times and
That's right.
and hope for good times. So we'll just keep working hard and hope we keep growing.
Yeah, yeah. Are you guys goal setters? Do you like set a number of sales goals and that kind of thing every year? Because we're coming up on the new year pretty soon.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, in my own head maybe, but we don't sit around and talk about it.
Yeah.
We just, do as much as we can and make everyone happy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's all we can do.
And have a good quality of life. Like
Yeah.
you said, you could work 24/7 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You got to be able to take off a few times.
Yeah.
Do you play any sports locally?
Yeah,
Like,
I play golf
Oh, yeah.
as much as I can. I'm not very good, but
But I love playing.
yeah,
Same here.
I have a friend that he knew once he got me into it, I would be
Addicted.
hooked on it.
Yeah.
And started out pretty rough. I mean, barely could hit a ball, and now I'm getting to the point where, I'm breaking 100. So
That's good.
Yeah. So it's
We had some guys on here called the Dudes of Hazard.
yeah.
And they've
I've
got
heard
a-
of them.
Yeah, you should hook up with them. They look like, I haven't done it yet, but it looks like a ton of fun.
It does look like fun.
And they've got great kind of in league competitions, so, and the cool thing about golf is, I'm like an 8 handicap and we can play the day, and
Sure,
play with your
yeah.
handicaps, you just work it out.
Oh,
and
I've played
we're
with
even.
guys that are 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
Hey, pick up your ball and go if you have a
Yeah.
rough hole, and it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. I
Yeah.
just love being outside. I love golf.
I do too.
Yeah. What's something that you want to share about your business that I didn't ask you? Anything?
I think you've kind of
Kind of covered it a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Well, I love entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. I love seeing people do something a little different, right? And so, like, when you step out into that world and you're like, okay, I'm going to do my own flooring business, you're in control of your own destiny. And then,
Yeah.
and so I can keep talking to myself, and our team is about, it's all about customer service, right? We're in the customer service business.
That's everything.
No matter what it is. And so how do we love and take care of our customers, serve them like nobody else, and then if we continue to do that, like you said, it's a word of mouth business. People
Yeah.
are going to take off and continue to do it
yeah.
and continue to support us. And so that's kind of what I'm passionate about. And so I'm glad I got to help you, hopefully with some listeners calling our friend Josh at Sims and
I hope
Sims
so.
and Son. Tell us how our listeners can connect with you besides coming by the store over here.
You can reach us by phone at 423-427-2321
Okay.
or my email. I answer as quick as I can.
Uh-huh.
Josh at simsandsonflooring.com. Our Instagram page, Sims and Son Flooring, and our Facebook page, Sims and Son Flooring.
Nice. Yeah.
We respond pretty quickly to everything.
That's cool. Isn't it neat? I think it's neat too that you pick up business off of, like, when I started, there wasn't, even Facebook or whatever. And so it's starting to get bigger and bigger. But now you can get tons of business off of social media.
Oh, yeah. It's the biggest advertising you can really get.
And it's not expensive, which is fantastic for us little guys, small entrepreneurs that don't have a ton of marketing dollars for sure. So, yeah. All right. What's your favorite Christmas holiday, like Christmas tradition? What do you and your wife do?
Favorite Christmas tradition? Honestly, I would say the last couple of years we have, we'll spend time. She has family coming in from Maryville, and we have family here as well on her side and mine. But Christmas Day, it's pretty much us. So we actually sit down and just watch both Home Alones and Christmas Vacation. So I'd say that's probably a tradition
awesome.
for us.
Yeah. Snuggling up on the couch watching Home Alone.
And I guess it was either 2 years ago or 3 we had the snow on Christmas.
I think it was 2.
Yeah.
We had, you woke up and there were 8 inches of snow.
It was awesome.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
I'd love
because
for
we
that
got a little
again.
flurry. Like, I'm going to tell you, December 2nd maybe or whatever. And I was like, okay, Lord.
Yeah.
You got this.
You might be on to something.
I think it would be really cool, not that, and so he just
I'd love to see it again at some point.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's just ask him to do it.
Yeah.
We need another White Christmas. It would be awesome. And so, hopefully we'll have one. But yeah, I love that. That's a great tradition with your wife. That's fun, watching those movies and just laughing and hanging out, just the two of you. So that's
great.
That's great. Okay. Well, what gets you fired up besides Braves baseball, it sounds like?
Braves baseball.
Who's your favorite college baseball team?
Florida State.
Florida State, even though the University of Tennessee is like 100 miles away, and
Hey, I
just
Tennessee's
kidding.
fine. I like Tennessee.
They did pretty well last year. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I grew up a Florida State fan in every
gotcha.
sport. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I actually had a 4th grade teacher that went to school there.
Okay.
And I could care less about college sports at that point.
Yeah.
I was a Atlanta Braves, Orlando Magic fan.
Nice.
And she kept talking about Florida State and how crazy the games were. So I turned it on one Saturday and I was like, okay, that atmosphere looks pretty awesome.
Right.
And I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah.
We go to a couple games a year.
Oh,
I have
fun.
friends down there now that I've tailgated with.
That's cool.
Yeah, become lifelong friends with.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and now we can tailgate at ETSU games.
Yeah.
Like the baseball.
ETSU's right there with
the
Florida
football.
State,
I mean, it is really cool. I'm really excited how they've changed that whole football dynamic.
Yeah.
And
I never thought it would happen again.
was football even happening when you were at school?
No.
They had gotten rid of it.
Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And so thank you, Dr. Nolan, and
Absolutely.
Dr. Sander for bringing it back, and Matt Wilgem and that whole crew got together and well done. So if you're listening and you like football, we've got a great outdoor football stadium to come check it out, and it's just awesome. And it's just
neat.
another part of our awesome community.
Yep.
Where we get together and love each other and take
It's a
care
beautiful
of each other.
time of year to be outside too. So.
Oh my gosh! And again, we have the wonderful 4 seasons, and it's in the fall, which is one of the best things about Johnson City, the beautiful fall. So.
Yep.
All right. Anything I can do to help you further, my friend?
I don't think so. I appreciate you so much having me.
No, it's been a pleasure, and thanks for coming on the podcast. I enjoyed our conversation. I hope our listeners have too. And until next time, I'm Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you want to move here, if you want to invest in real estate, if you need property management done, if you want to build wealth, we'd love to just sit down and talk to you. And also give tours of the area if you're just interested in seeing Johnson City. And I'll take you by Josh's shop and we can buy some flooring together too. So
Sounds great.
thanks again for coming on. I hope
Thank
you
you.
guys have a great day. Until next time, talk to you soon.